9 bullet fragments remaining in my face. Jones, in his lawsuit, which is Lil Rod, claimed Diddy bragged about committing a shooting, bribing witnesses and jurors to secure his acquittal. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub, Jones alleged. He also alleges that Diddy bragged about using Lopez, which is Jennifer Lopez, to smuggle the gun in the club. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, carried the gun onto the club for him and passed him the gun after he got in an altercation with another individual, Jones alleges. Diddy, through his attorneys, has denied Jones' allegations. His attorney calls the federal raids a witch hunt and slammed the military-level force. Anyway, just wanted to point out where J-Lo comes into it. Let me keep playing this.
Already on the ropes.
Even if the two had been in love and were tight, they were fighting a big monster, and the monster was his charges and the paparazzi following them. It was getting on her nerves.
It's like, okay, I was in the club, somebody fired some guns, I didn't do anything. Now, I got a great record. Judge me on that.
In January 2000, 30-year-old Lopez received a different kind of verdict. She was honored with 2 American Music Award nominations for her debut album, On the Six. The following month at the Grammys, Jennifer dropped the fashion equivalent of an atom bomb.
The dress was moving all over the place. It was open up here, of course, very, very open on the front to the belly, and nobody understood why the dress stayed on. It was like an extreme contrast between look at me, but you can look that much.
I didn't think it was so much.
Okay.
Juking each other, so it was already like, okay, there's a rapport here.
Now, I do believe that J-Lo might come back into the fray. Because if Diddy is supposedly a sexual deviant who has been violent on numerous occasions, I don't know how long him and J-Lo dated, and maybe you guys know that, but she's the witness and eyewitness of this one particular situation. I think the feds would be very interested in trying to talk to her.
Dangerous for her career to be involved with him.
And that's all that anybody would talk about was the upcoming court trial and these charges.
People were just incessantly talking about it. What was going on? What was J-Lo's connection? What is she doing caught up in this kind of a mess?
Publicly, Lopez stood by her man.
She's one of the most beautiful people in the world, and I'm a pretty nice guy myself.
In the spring of 2000, Jennifer flew to Canada to film Angel Eyes. Lopez received $9 million, her biggest paycheck to date.
Jennifer Lopez was able to command big bucks because she was delivering.
Then Jennifer switched gears to work on a new album. In November, production began on the music video for the first single, Love Don't Cost a Thing.
We had 8-hour rehearsals, and it was just going to be the hardcore, best hip-hop video and dance that you've ever seen. I got like 6 of the best guys that I could find that would fit the profile.
Okay.
The Lucky Six.
I'm doing those things, so.
Maybe she was just staying with him because of all the publicity. But there were lots of stories of she and Chris, and people would see them every once in a while, like kind of stealing moments.
On January 8, 2001, Jennifer performed at the American Music Awards. Chris Judd was one of her dancers. 2 weeks later, Lopez's second album went on sale.
So I guess she left him for that nigga?
This time, the title was personal.
I named my album J-Lo, because I like the fact that the fans actually nicknamed me that.
Even Guadalupe Lopez got in on the craze.
My mother has a real thing with the J-Lo thing. I'm sorry, J-Lo. You know what I mean? Mom, don't call me.
Reality of a criminal trial. Sean Puffy Combs faced the possibility of 15 years in jail on charges of gun possession and bribery.
This incredible stuff was happening in my career, and I was trying to focus on that. And at the same time, he was going through the trial. It was a lot of stuff to deal with all at once.
Okay. So that was pretty much the extent of their relationship, and that particular court case worked out in Diddy's favor, but they're saying that might be very much of interest for the feds again, and we'll see. Anyway, we do have a little bit more information about how the feds even took or approached the raid into Diddy's crib. Now, from what we saw, we didn't see doors getting kicked off. We didn't see little battering rams knocking shit off the hinges. It kind of felt like it was more cooperative. Of course, they took out people in cuffs, including the children. We've seen King Combs in cuffs, and of course, Justin Combs in cuffs. and a few other women and some other guys. Diddy wasn't at the house, but someone who claims to know some information, this guy right here, his name is Peter Thomas, he's claiming that, no, there was some force that the feds used. We just didn't see. Hear this.
If there's minors involved, then he should be punished. But if he's just a freak doing some freak shit with adults, I couldn't give a f***. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why anybody should give a f***. For the fact that the feds was in his house and knocked down the fucking gate, and Stevie J said a fucking tanker on Star Island. I've been on that island 100 times. Ran through the gate, disrespectful like some next shit. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what we haven't heard. That's what we haven't heard. So apparently a military style tanker that was probably owned by HSI, and if you look at the raid, I would probably have to think HSI, Diddy. If we had to just kind of use our, common sense, I would probably think there was one tank looking thing, and I was like, what the fuck? This shit look kind of fresh. Right? Like this shit right here, right? Shit, they probably ran through the gate with that. This looking thing, right? Let's see if we get a better picture of this shit. Trying to get a better picture of like the tank that was probably used, and I think this is it. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if it looks like it ran through some shit, but apparently it did.
And why all of that? Why all of that show? When they went to go see if Trump was, like being reckless with classified fucking documents that could put the fucking world in arm's length. Did they use a tank for that? Did they? Did they actually think this man is gonna have fucking minors and probably hide away?
Well, I hate when people listen, and I feel like I'm a sensible person. When it wasn't the feds, but I told you, the police executed a search warrant in my house. They knocked my door off the fucking hinges. I had to buy new doors. The new doors cost, well, it's like this mansion stuff. So I have like these heavy duty doors. It costs $24,000 for new doors. You might think I'm lying. Factuals, okay? Because it's wood, but it's like these wood things. It's made in Mexico. Like it has like all these little mansion doors, at least for the most part. And I upgraded to, it was like $24,000 for like new doors. Parts and installation. And yeah, at first I was mad as fuck. I'm like, yo, y'all kicked off my fucking door, right? And in reality, when I was asking why it happened, right? I'm giving y'all the details. Because I'm like, why the fuck did y'all just knock my doors off, right? When it happened, I was downstairs. I know I always have a gun around me. Call me paranoid. But I see, thank God my gate was open at the time for like Amazon. I see, they came with a SWAT team too. Like when they came to my crib, they came with a SWAT team. Facts. They came with a SWAT team, like this big ass tank, like kind of looking like that tank, but it's black. That came. I have mad windows in my house. They surrounded the shit, but I'm like, I won't tell you exactly what I was. And I'm getting mad alerts on my phone like, yo, there's people on the property. When I look at it, I could clearly tell it's police because, nigga, it's a fucking tank. So I leave my gun. Like, y'all gonna catch me walking upstairs, like, with guns in my hand. They're gonna fucking murder me. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking leave a gun, and I walk upstairs, and my mom was there. She was delirious. Like, apparently, this is the part I didn't know till later. They show up, and they're like, police open up. My mom don't know what the fuck is going on. She's chilling with Pluto. That's my dog. She's just letting the dog like, all right, handle that. My son downstairs with the blick. It's all good. They're not waiting 5 minutes, they're not waiting 5 seconds. You got to realize that they're serving a search warrant. If it's like, imagine if I had Coke in the house. Nigga, I'm going to go flush it. Bro, they're not waiting. If you don't open fucking immediately, they're kicking the shit off. Facts. So by the time I go upstairs, I'm starting to see beams inside the house because they've surrounded the house with niggas with long rifles, right? They're all aiming into the crib. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, thank God I don't got no gun in my hand because they would have definitely shot me. Then at the door, they're like, it was crazy. They're like, open up. Bang. I'm like, yo, chill. We're going to open up. Bang. Open up. Bang. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, nigga, how they giving us two different, nigga, you can't even open. Now I'm seeing, nigga, it's a heavy duty door. Like these are heavy fucking, you can't kick this shit open. So they're hitting it with like some crazy shit. I'm seeing the fucking thing almost come off the hinge. You can't even open it no more. They've bent the lock, but they're still saying open up. And I'm like, nigga, we can't open up. The fuck are you talking about? Nigga, they do that for like maybe about 20, 30 more seconds, running this shit, pretty much tell everybody get on the ground, and then fucking put everybody in cuffs. That's how it happens. But I get it. Like, I fucking get it. You know what I mean? If you're a police serving a search warrant, let's say the criminals or the so-to-be criminals knew what you're coming there for. Imagine I had, I don't know, again, 2 kilos of coke. Say I had a way if I could get 10 minutes or 5 minutes to get rid of the coke, they've lost the evidence. They're not about to just knock on the door like, hey, we're outside. Could you let us in? No, motherfucker, nigga, we here. What the fuck? We're storming this bitch. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried to see if they were gonna pay for my door because I like, yo, I don't got no charges. I'm innocent. I'm clear legally. Like, yo, y'all kicked my door off. They were like, well, the search warrant was valid. Y'all good. So I had to pay that money on myself. They didn't give 2 fucks about that shit. So again, I understand what this nigga is saying about the Diddy shit, but hell nah, nigga. The difference with Trump, and I'll be honest with you, the difference with Trump is that Trump security, Trump has Secret Service and security at his places. So they're going to communicate differently with the people who's doing these search warrants rather than like say I got security in my house. They don't know these niggas. Like, we don't give a fuck about your security, nigga. Like, we getting up in this bitch, you know what I mean? Now, if there's other like Secret Service is law enforcement too. So Trump got police with him. So of course they're going to act a little bit different. But Diddy, they're probably like, nigga, we not about to be at your door waiting to punch in codes for this big ass door this gate to open. Nigga, we getting the fuck in there, nigga. Knock this shit off and let's get up in this bitch and figure out what's going on. Now, we didn't see that. The only thing we saw was them at the house, and I think they were probably smart. I told you about how they were searching the house, right? When they searched Diddy's house, I could tell like they clearly had some fucking blueprint of the crib. Diddy house. Like they had a blueprint of the crib because, let me see it.
Welcome back to.
Because, let me see, I just want to get the, I was trying to get the shit where you could see them like walking around the shit. Yo, you could tell this shit was different because they said they got entrance through like a side door, which was probably the easiest and least invasive way. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm using myself as a reference. Nigga, when they were knocking down my door, it still took like 2 minutes. Like, it didn't happen immediately. Like, it's a heavy duty door. They're hitting it with some crazy shit, but it takes a while. Like, it's a big ass door. It's heavy as fuck. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, if they could get through a side entrance, which they probably already know, you get through this side entrance, it's just a little glass. It's probably a double pane glass. Knock the shit out, open the shit. We in the bitch, we good. So, hey, they got to knock down the fucking gate. The gate's open. They can't tell Diddy security, hey, we're the feds. We came to do a search warrant. Who knows if Diddy got like a protocol that says if you ever hear the feds is at the door, get on the radio, call the person who's in the like, you know, the control center and start deleting every fucking like surveillance footage we have. Like, that's what I would want to do, right? If you could tell the feds, Hey, give us 5 minutes and we'll let you in. Of course, yo, delete all that shit. Yo, everything. Nigga, just break it. Delete and take too long. Break that shit. The fuck? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
In the fucking tunnel of his house on fucking Star Island for them to make a show of that. They did that show because of the pigment of our skin.
Nah. No, they didn't. Again, I also, through my lawyers, inquired the same thing. Why the hell did y'all bring a SWAT team to my house? And they said, you're legally owning 50 guns. We don't know if you're going to have a private militia over there with the guns that we allowed you to have. We got to come with force. I'm sorry. You got 50 guns. I'm sorry. We're not showing up like, hey, you want to hand us over some evidence that might lock you up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to do that. It's like, yo, if you got 50 guns, nigga, we coming with 55 guns, nigga. Or at least 100.
That's the only reason why they do shit like that, and they continuously
Nah, it ain't nothing about the color of your skin.
do shit like that because they.
By the way, also, this is what's not been reported. Let's see if I could get like a report on it. Diddy house raid. Apparently, there was guns found. But none of we're not hearing. I mean, it might take a while to verify and be like, was any illegal? Was, like it might take, but apparently there was weapons there, which we didn't see. Look, what's this? Sky News is kind of reputable, right? Guns found at Sean Combs' homes. Yeah, they probably knew guns were there, right? The 54-year-old homes were raided, blah, blah, blah. Several phones were seized, Wait, just before he was scheduled to depart on a trip to Bahamas? Wait, was he really going to Bahamas? Let's check that out. Diddy Bahamas house raid. Really? I gotta see if Sky News is telling the truth.
About the raids in Miami traffic statement after the raid incidences. There's no excuse for the excessive show, force, and hostility. Continued to fight every single day to clear his name of rape and abuse.
Okay, I understand. Right here, he was going to Bahamas. Well, page 6 was saying that he was going to Bahamas. Okay, that gives us a different perspective on it. I think this raid, I don't think they thought he was going to run, right? But I do think that they probably had enough and they wanted to execute this before Diddy could get any inclination that they're going to do it. And of course, before he jetted to Bahamas, right? Like, yeah, keep that nigga in the country. Keep that nigga, on the P's and Q's. And that's probably why they did the raid at that time. If he wasn't going to the Bahamas, they probably would have covertly. It's kind of like when, like, the feds arrested 6ix9ine when they knew that niggas was about to shoot at him, right? Like, they're watching the whole situation. They arrest the nigga because they're like, oh, you about to get shot at, my nigga. Like, yo, niggas, you're going to this casino. Your ops is going to the casino. They're about to shoot at you. Let's just lock you up now because we're trying to prosecute live people, not dead people. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, all right, cool. I didn't know that. The rapper, blah, blah. Okay, 3 women and a man was interviewed. Okay. It's not known what type of firearms or who they, says several, wait. It's not known what type of firearms were found or whom they belong to. Yeah, don't really say too much about fire, but they did find firearms there. And also, that's another thing too. Now, I'm gonna also, like, I'm trying to say this without saying it, because I don't want to get nobody. Put it like this: I've been to a few rappers' houses. You could use your critical thinking. And they literally have private militias there. Literally. Fuck a gangbanger making it up there. They won't ever make it. If the police wanted to go up there on a raid, granted, will this private militia actually engage with the police? I would hope not. But if it was down to that, yeah, it would be a thing. It would be a thing. Not saying they would like fucking hold off the cops, but shit, probably is gonna be a couple hour standoff. It's like that, if you get what I'm saying. So when you see the police are going into some of these people's cribs and they have either mad firearms, they have mad firearms, or they have, what do you call it again? They have security teams that are probably armed. Yeah, the police is not going to just show up like, you know what I mean, knock on your door and be like, whenever y'all ready and got some time, just give us all your DVRs and security tapes and pictures, and we want to get a little DNA swab over there and give me your phone. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's not going to work, bro. Like, come on. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, chat, all I'll say is I've been some places. I don't know if it was in a valley or in a mountain, but I guarantee you, even if the police wanted to go up there, they would need to have a tremendous show of force, because it's a private army up there. I won't just keep it a beat. It's a private army up there. I won't say more than that. Anyway.
I mean, getting away for the fucking beginning of time, and even though it's 2024, they still feel that way. They still feel like they could get away with shit like that, and right is right and wrong is wrong. There's no equality here. There's none. You know what I'm saying? I always said that when we figure out distribution for ourselves, how to distribute within our own community where we don't need them, we're going to be better. If there's minors involved, then he should be punished. But if he's just a freak doing some freak shit with adults, I couldn't give a you know.
Okay, and I think, you know, this guy Peter, I think what he's also forgetting is that, yeah, there might be adults, and actually, we really haven't heard like too much, other than that one case with the minor who was 17 who got flown. We haven't really heard a pattern of him wanting like 16-year-olds, like how, you know, it was rumored about Kelly, or R. Kelly, that is. I think when it comes to Diddy is that they're believing that the adults even who was involved in these freak-offs and behavior, they felt like they were coerced. They weren't consciously making a choice. Now, you got to think about it yourself. Some of them feel like they were drugged. Some of them feel like they were coerced. Some of them feel like they were pressured, and some of them feel like they were threatened. So if you want to believe that, it's going to fit in with what the feds are looking for, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Anyway, give me 1 second. Oh. Now, apparently, you know, Diddy knows. Remember, he lives on an island, so it's only if he wants to not be videotaped, you got to stay inside the crib, right? And apparently, Diddy, he's been on his island knowing that people are videotaping him and shit. You know, he's been looking like he's having a good old time. This is him seen dancing, smoking, and turning up at the mansion after the raid. Now, this is crazy. It's no way you could do the take that dance, bro, after niggas is accusing you of taking all of the shit that you've done taken of people's manhood, dignity, and otherwise. This almost seemed like a script. Now, Drill says, are we sure this is new? Yes, this is from Hollywood Fix. Salute to Hollywood Fix. I have a good relationship with them. It is their footage. And yes, it's new. It's from a day ago. It's from a day ago. Now, hey, listen to this shit. So Lecrae, if you don't know, is a Lecrae is a gospel rapper. Okay? Now, he told a story recently about a Diddy party. Lecrae partying with Diddy. I gotta find the original one. Where is it at? Lecrae podcast. Where is he at? Where can I find the original podcast? Because I got timestamps, but it's for the original. Now, here's the thing. You can imagine how a Chris... Oh, I'm spelling his name right, isn't it? Lecrae. Can we find the full thing? Okay. Over 20 minutes. Is it? This ain't it, right? Where can I find it? Give me a second. What do I gotta look up to find the whole video? Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got the name of the video. This is Satan's actual strategy for the music industry. This is the name of the podcast, which is crazy in itself. Wait, is it this? No.
And this has been...
Oh, what the fuck? No. Wait, I see it. Why can't I find it?
Man, I low-key feel bad at this point because every single day or every single time I have to record a video lately, it's always something with Diddy, man. Like, part of me, I can't feel bad because Diddy did this to himself. If Diddy didn't make the actions that he made and like choose the choices that he chose, he wouldn't be in this situation right now. Like, I really feel bad for like his kids and stuff, like his daughters mainly, because like they probably don't go to the same school anymore. Like they probably lost a bunch of friends. Like it's really, really weird. And then like his sons, I feel like his sons will be fine, honestly. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like his sons will be fine. Like nothing's really gonna change for them. Unless they were a part of the freak offs himself. Which, I mean, we never know. Allegedly, Diddy, well, not even allegedly, Diddy was messing with one of his son's exes after the son was done messing with her. Which is crazy. Like, do you know how much of a thought a girl has to be to like go from messing with like the son to the father? But I mean, when your father's a billionaire, you shouldn't really be surprised if something like that happens. But and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful when I called said girl a thought, you feel me? That's just, yeah. But how do you guys feel about all this stuff, man? Every single day you wake up is always just something new about Diddy just coming out. Like, you see old interviews, Diddy's always been like this. You feel me? You just gotta go back and just start adding everything together. Once you get to just adding every single thing together, you start to realize Diddy really is just a freaky boy. Like, he's a freak boy. He's just a freak. Like, he's the king of the freak-offs. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when the Freako case happens and all this information starts coming out, man, I genuinely feel bad for Diddy because the way he used to make money like off liquors and stuff is from promoting. Diddy can't promote a single thing ever again with his face ever again after this. Like he basically lost billions of dollars. Like for the rest of his life, he basically just lost billions with a B of dollars. Because like let's say if he was still promoting Diageo or wherever it is that he was promoting De Leon for like the next 10, 20 years. Like let's say he was making like 25 to 30 to even probably like 40, $50 million a year, who knows, from like promoting, because he they're one of the top brands and he's just so good at promoting and he owns a percentage. 20 years times 50, that's $1 billion. Like, come on, man. Even though Diddy's like what 50 right now, so probably not like 20 years, but man, I really feel bad for Diddy. I hope he really sits and thinks about the actions that he made, and I really hope that, you feel me, a lot of this stuff isn't true. Like if Diddy is just like a freak boy, like he just like wants to piss on Carisha and stuff. I mean, it's weird, but that's his free time. Like, but you feel me? If Diddy's just, you feel me, around a bunch of S-word workers, like they said Carisha Maxwell was, and or if Diddy's just around a bunch of, you feel me, anything, bro, then yeah. But the allegations for Diddy is crazy, is the main thing I will say. I wish the best for him. You feel me, the whole situation is just sad. Like at first it was funny, but like as the days go on and I really think about it, it's really sad. Cause as like a black man, what you used to like look up for in hip hop as like the rich, like the top of the top for like music for black people, like rap and stuff, it was always Diddy and Jay-Z, like for the top of the top, like the richest black men. Now, you feel me? I hope it doesn't happen, but who knows? Jay-Z might get drug into all this stuff too. You feel me? I feel like that's part of the reason Jay-Z doesn't even use social media. Because Jay-Z, you feel me? He probably, you feel me, foreshadowed this happening. If Jay-Z used social media and all that stuff, bro, yeah, I don't think it would be that good. I don't think we're gonna hear from Jay-Z from quite a while, because if Jay-Z comes out and says anything, you feel me, they start doing a deeper dive into Jay-Z. They might find something with Aaliyah. They might find something with someone else. You feel me? Allegedly, like they said that he's like 10, 15 years older than Beyonce. I mean, I don't know what else do we have to see. What else do we have to hear? But I'm just ranting right now. It's your boy Big Act News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how you guys feel about the whole thing, man.